Oop, there we go. All right. Good evening, everybody. It is Monday night here beyond the airwaves, leveling up. And since it's Monday, at least it's time for Monday Mania. That means we're gonna have stories, from over the weekend that didn't quite make the mainstream, but there might be a few that did because there is a bit of an Olympics situation.
Yeah.
Well, before we get to that, we have something from Iowa that we need to bring up.
Okay, well, let me take care of the introductions first, real quick. First of all, I'm your host for tonight. I am Oddlog Stream. I'm currently joined on the line by 4 of my crazy cohorts. First, to my bottom left, we have our master and creator, Frodo. Hello, Frodo.
Hello, 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 hello. Who here is trouble?
We all are.
I'm not.
We all are.
I know,
All right.
I know.
Yourself, smart ass.
All right, to my left, we have resident Joker, Mike. Hello, Mike.
Good evening, everyone. Happy Monday. Excuse the yawn.
That's
Okay.
fine. It's okay.
Stop yawning.
Ah, fuck.
Oh. Well, speaking of fucking things around, sorry.
Sorry about that.
All
But
right.
We have
when you're trying to keep cool in a very stuffy bedroom and you got your floor fan on high, it tends to blow the papers on your clipboard.
Yeah, that's true. Anyway, we have our Miss Irish Coffee, Janet. Hello, Janet.
Hello, sorry about the outburst, people.
All right, and finally, my bottom right, we have our Ford Mustang, John. Hello, John.
Hey, Shirley and world.
All right,
Hold
Frodo,
on.
you have the okay.
Hold on 1 second. I may
Sure.
have a little visitor.
Okay.
Oh.
Maddie.
Hi, Maddie.
Hi, Maddie Cat. Hello, Maddie Cat.
Oh, hello, Maddie.
Hey,
All right.
Maddie, are you
So
being catty?
today,
Oh,
this-
nice.
this week, for those that don't know much about Iowa, we have a little thing going on called Ragbri.
Called
The
what?
Register's annual Great Bike Ride across Iowa.
Ah, okay.
Don't worry, Frodo. We can hear you just fine.
Yeah.
I know, but you can't see me because my cat decided.
Oh no, Frodo
Um,
sprouted a new head.
Dude, keep talking. This is great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ragbri.
Well, today during Ragbri in northwest Iowa, because how it works is they start by dipping their back wheel into the Missouri River,
Oh,
and at
okay.
the end they dip their front wheel into the Mississippi River.
Mm-hmm.
Do they
That's-
ride along I-80 the whole time?
No, it's a different route every single time.
Oh, okay.
So
Well,
they
maybe
were
they'll
up-
ride around along I-80 one of these years.
And then they can
No.
sing that song. Okay.
But anyway, continuing on with what I'm saying, and actually they can't use I-80 because there's not enough rest stops along the path.
Oh.
Oh,
That's-
I think I know which one you're going to talk about now. I just caught this story. Oh, no.
Hold on, let's let him finish.
Okay.
So up in northwest Iowa, the route for Ragbri got kind of interesting. Some officers of the Iowa State Patrol, I believe it was, might have been the sheriff's department, might have been a cop station, it doesn't matter. Police officers decided to cut through the middle of the procession for Ragbri because they had stopped a car, and while the car was stopped, they noticed that it smelled like marijuana.
Oh boy.
So the car decided to run away, and they decided to chase it through Ragbri.
Oh no.
Well, now, did the car they were pursuing go through Ragbri as well, or no?
Yes, both of them went through Ragbri.
Was anybody hit?
No, thank God.
Ooh.
No, but.
But still, it could have been disastrous.
It could have been. Somebody could have very easily have gotten hit.
Yeah.
Yes. And yes,
Okay.
I know I have a cat's head right now.
Guys, raise your glasses with me.
Can
Um,
I read this article? I'll actually post it in the Facebook group chat.
Give
Go
me just
for
a
it.
second, Mike. If you got a glass, raise it. Shirley, if you got a water bottle.
It's actually in the
Here's-
next room. I'll just pretend I got it right now.
Here's
I'll bring my phone.
hoping that within our lifetimes, marijuana will be legal at the federal level And this kind of thing won't happen at another Ragbri.
Here, here.
Cheers on
Boom.
that one.
Okay,
Speaking of which, I'm gonna go grab my water anyway. I forgot it.
okay. Can I read this article quick?
Yeah, go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
Oh,
So this is from KCRG, although it's technically their sources from the uh, Associated Press. But police say a car chase briefly crossed an Iowa bike ride's path. The Des Moines Register reports a state trooper tried to pull over a driver Sunday in northwestern Iowa's Buena Vista County, Iowa. Iowa State Patrol Sergeant Alex Dinkla says the driver took off on gravel road after the trooper smelled marijuana in the car. The driver briefly crossed the registered annual Great Bicycle Ride across Iowa route south as it fled. Another trooper set a trap to deflate the car's tires, which caused the car to flip. The driver bailed before the car rolled and was
Okay, wait, how'd the car flip?
Stop
Spike
sticks.
trap.
Stop sticks.
yeah.
No, spike traps.
Oh,
Spike trap.
Yeah, stop sticks.
you said chopsticks, I thought.
No, STOP. Stop
Stop
sticks.
Jan, stop sticks imply something that was pressed into the tire from the side. These are more likely the ones that go along the road that they.
Well, it's called different things in different places. I've heard it called stop sticks. But the stop sticks slowly deflate the tires. So evidently these must have deflated the tires like boom. And that's what
Yeah.
caused the car to roll.
Mhm.
You know what's funny?
What?
I learned
fine.
something just now, Mike, thanks to you. There is apparently a county in Iowa that shares its name with an old Disney distribution company.
Buena
Buena-
Vista.
Buena
Exactly.
Vista Home Entertainment.
Yeah.
But anyway, finish reading your article, Mike.
It's done. I already finished it.
But yeah, that's what's nuts is that, yeah, Iowa has legalization for medical and only CBD and it can only have like 0.1% THC content,
Mm.
which is stupid
Exactly.
because THC even has some medical benefits, even though it can be considered hallucinogenic.
Mm.
But CBD is the mostly what is used for medical benefit.
Yeah, but boy, that was awfully lucky that.
So
Yes, it
their
was.
ride's going to go on a little bit longer than expected, huh?
No, it won't affect the ride.
Yeah. Oh, there's
it-
Lala. Lala's in the chat.
Hi, Lala.
Hey, Lala.
Hi, Lala. Sorry you can't see my head very well, considering I've got a 4-footed fuzzbutt who decided he wanted a place on my on my chest.
Hope and pray that the cat doesn't fart.
Don't worry. Business end's not facing his face.
Yeah,
I
for
know,
real.
but the smell will gag you. I
Oh,
know.
yeah.
I've been on the receiving end of cat farts when we had cats, and I've also been on the receiving end of stinking dog farts. They
Oh,
are the
yeah.
worst. But anyway,
I don't think this cat really farts that much. I've never had it happen yet.
well, the working word is yet. Well, remember I told you guys we had rain for most of Saturday?
Hmm.
Most of Sunday,
Think
excuse
so.
me. Well, guess what? We get a little bit of a reprieve till about late Thursday, early Friday. Back up to 40 and 50% chance.
I wish we had rain here. Or
Look.
a good severe thunderstorm to disarm the atmosphere.
Me too.
Oh,
I was
same
out
here.
walking
'Cause,
this evening. Sorry, you go ahead.
I mean, it's been hot and humid here. Heat indices this week here are supposed to reach between like 104 and 107.
Damn.
Is it possible for you to see the clouds and maybe started?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know, but it actually rained a little bit.
Nice.
Well, here's the deal. We didn't have much of a monsoon last year. And I swear, all the rain we got more than adequately made up for what we didn't get last year.
Good
Mhm.
deal. I took a walk this evening and saw some clouds getting in on the western horizon.
No lightning?
Hey, LALA.
Yeah, what up, everybody?
Hey, Lala, what's
Hello.
up?
Not a
How
whole
are you
hell of a
buddies
lot.
doing?
Blue is right here sleeping by my leg. Mom is asleep, and Auntie is out of town for a week.
Huh.
I take it Tinky Winky Poe and Dipsy went out on a EWERUN.
No, my aunt is getting ordained to be an apostle.
Ooh.
Nice.
So
That's
Oh
good.
boy.
yeah, so she already called, so she just made it to Florida. So I'm glad she's okay.
Oh,
Good.
Nice.
there
So
is
we get
a problem besides COVID at the Tokyo Olympics. They have a typhoon off the Japanese coast.
I saw something about an accusation that they knew about the weather and proceeded anyway.
yeah, they were talking about that not too long ago on the news before the thunderstorm hit over where I'm at and knocked out the internet. So
Oh, goodness. Let me find out
Hey,
what's something. Tokyo
Lala,
Olympics.
uh,
what do you think of
typhoon.
how I look right now?
well, I can't see you due to your cat. So
That's what he was
That's
asking
that's the
about.
point. That was kind of the point he was going for.
Yeah,
Maddie is very comfortable.
he,
yes.
it
Hey,
looked like
Mike.
I had to be honest. The cat is knocked out sleep. I can tell he is gone.
Hey, Mike, how come Lulu doesn't do that to you?
I don't know. You ask her. She's looking at me like, what?
Okay,
Why
I
don't you sleep on my chest, Lulu? Because I don't wanna. There's your answer. She doesn't want.
Okay, Shirley, let Shirley talk.
I found the story about pandemic Olympics endured heat and now typhoons en route. I'm gonna post that in all three, so give me just a second here.
Gotcha.
All right.
Yeah, what do you think of my cat, though, Lala?
He's adorable. Not and he's adorable, even though he's out cold.
Trust me,
All
he
right.
is
All right,
like
John, there's
chill.
your link in the Zoom chat.
Thank you.
Okay.
He is just chill as fuck right now.
All right.
I never really thought of fuck as being particularly chill.
Yeah.
Generally, I thought it get hot enough to need to open a window.
Well, if you create enough,
Hey,
there's ways to create enough stink from fuck.
Okay. I get it.
enough. Go ahead,
Moving
Shirley.
on. Moving on.
All right. So here we go. This is from Tokyo. First the sun, now the wind and the rain. The Tokyo Olympics, delayed by the pandemic and open under oppressive heat, wow, are due for another hit of nature's power. A typhoon arriving Tuesday morning that is forecast to disrupt at least some parts of the games. Of course, now it is Tuesday morning. In fact, I think it's Tuesday midday in there anyway. Anyway, feels like we're trying to prepare for bloody everything, said New Zealand Rugby Sevens player Andrew Newstub. Don't worry, Japanese hosts say. In U.S. terms, the incoming weather is just a mid-grade tropical storm, and the surfers at
Surigasaki.
Surigasaki Beach,
Gasaki.
Surigasaki Beach, say tropical storm Bartek could actually improve the condition so long as it doesn't hit the beach directly. But archery, rowing, and sailing have already adjusted their Tuesday schedules. Tokyo Games spokesman Masa Takaya said there were no other changes expected. It is a tropical storm of 3 grade out of 5, so you shouldn't be too much worried about that. But it is a typhoon in Japan interpretation, Takaya said. This is the weakest category, but this is still a typhoon, so we should not be too optimistic about the impact of the course. On the beach about 60 miles east of Tokyo, the competitors want the change in weather so long as the rain and wind don't make total landfall. The surfing competition was delayed Monday because of low tide. But if this storm hits as expected, it could deliver waves twice as high as expected. As a
Okay,
homeowner,
then be careful during the surf competition because it's easy to think you have control over waves when you don't control an iota of them.
hmm anyway, as a homeowner, I say, oh no, stay away," said Kurt Corte, the official Olympic surfing forecaster, but as a surfer, okay, you can form if you can stay out there. Everybody can agree on a storm out in the distance is the best. The Japan Meteorological Society said the Bartek was headed northwest over the Pacific Ocean east of Japan on Monday, with landfall expected Tuesday afternoon. The storm could bring strong winds up to 5 to 9 inches or 150 millimeters of rainfall and high waves as it cut
Yeehaw.
across as high waves as it cuts across Japan's northeastern region.
You're, Shirley, maybe I should take over. You sound like you're kind of you sound like you're a little bit jazzed when you read this. Let's see.
Oh, okay.
In advance, organizers have made the first major alterations to the Olympic archery schedule because of the weather. There was an hour delay at the Beijing Games in 2008, or there was an hour delay in the Beijing Games in 2008. Here, the Tuesday afternoon sessions have been postponed until Wednesday and Thursday. We've heard that the storm could be anything from rain or 80-mile-an-hour wind, said American archer Jack Williams. Added Brady Ellison, his teammate, unless there's lightning right here, we'll shoot it. We'll deal with whatever it's going to be. Rain just starts to suck in general. Beach volleyball plays in everything but lightning. Both the women's final at the Beijing Games and the men's final at the Rio Games were held in heavy rain. At Ariake Tennis Park, center court has a retractable roof that can be closed for inclement weather, but play on outer courts would have to be suspended. They can move every match, I think, if there's really going to be a typhoon with rain, said Daniil Medvedev, the number 2 player in the world. We never know. I guess they will maybe try to move 6 matches, but it depends on how long the matches will be. Any sort of rain, typhoon, tropical storm, or even light sprinkling will be a wild swing from the first 3 days of the games. Svetlana Gumbeva collapsed from heat stroke on the first day of archery, but recovered to win a silver medal. Thank God. Top seeded
Djokovic.
top seeded Djokovic and Medvedev, who complained his first round
What
match
the?
with typo,
Oh boy.
who complained his first round match was quote some of the worst unquote he'd ever played in, successfully leaned on the International Tennis Federation to give Olympics players extra time during breaks to offset the high temperatures. Anastasia uh,
Probably.
Pavlyuchikova,
Yeah.
Anastasia Pavlyuchikova had resorted to shoving bags of ice up her skirt. Her skirt would be long enough to fit bags of ice. I'm surprised she didn't put them in her panties. And
Oh,
fiddled with
He
a tube
probably
blowing.
did. We don't know.
Well, that'd be my guess. And fiddled with a tube blowing cold air next to her seat. At skateboarding, the intense sun turned the park into a furnace. Holy shit.
Ooh.
Radiating off the light concrete with such blinding effect that skaters complained the heat was softening the rubber joints on their wheel axles and making their boards harder to control. Wow. July and
Well,
August in Japan are notoriously hot and humid. Japan has faced criticism for not accurately describing the severity and instead, during the bidding process, calling it mild and ideal. Well, for the native Japanese, it probably was mild and ideal.
Mhm.
Daytime highs regularly hit 95 degrees Fahrenheit, 35 Celsius, but have exceeded 104 degrees Fahrenheit, or 40 Celsius, in some places in recent years. The Environment Ministry has began issuing heat stroke alerts in July 2020 for the Tokyo areas and in April for the entire nation. Japan reported 112 deaths from June to September last year. Gods. As well as 64,869 people taken to hospitals by ambulance for heat related issues. Tokyo logged the largest number of heat stroke sufferers at 5,836 during the 3-month period. Australian canoeist Jessica Fox, the gold medal favorite in the kayak slalom, said the wild weather swings have been a disruption to the Olympic event. It's like a bath, she said. It's like paddling in bath water. And the impending typhoon disruption? I am a bit concerned about that, Fox said. I saw the surfers and they were all excited about the weather, which isn't ideal for us. If Tuesday's bronze medal softball game is postponed, the Canada team worries it could get stuck in Japan because members had flights the following day. We very much hope that the game goes on Tuesday so that we can get on a plane and go home, Coach Mark Smith said. As you probably know, with the pandemic, as you probably know, with the pandemic, that flights are very hard to come by. The weather extremes are just another obstacle Olympic organizers have faced during these beleaguered games, already delayed for a year because of the coronavirus pandemic. Asked on Monday if Tokyo officials feel they can't catch a break, Takaya said they've had to be flexible. I mean, we're supposed to react to any situation. That's one of our jobs, he said. This is absolutely a regular exercise we have to face. That appears to be the end of the article.
Mm-hmm.
I still say it was a bad idea for them to start the Olympics.
Okay.
Honestly, at this point, I'm starting to agree with you. And I'm thinking the 2020 games could have just been canceled simply because the pandemic and everything
Mm-hmm.
made it ridiculous. I mean,
No, I'd like to agree with you, and I won't deny I generally don't have a pony in the Summer Olympics. I'm more of a Winter Olympics man myself. But the fact is, I'm glad they did it, if for no other reason than that it means we're not so
paralyzed
afraid
by fear.
of. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was going to say we're not so afraid of, among other
Get out
things,
of there.
COVID, that we're going to keep our heads either in the sand or up our asses.
Yeah, that's a
I,
good point.
Honestly, though, John, and I'm sure you've got to agree with this. I'm sure you guys admit that there are quite a few groups, including Russia, who actually technically is banned from the Olympics this year
Mm-hmm.
due to
yeah,
the doping scandal.
Right.
yep.
But
Nice.
maybe they should all get into a whole human centipede set situation with each other. And
Frodo, I don't condone doing the human centipede with anybody.
Uh, I'm not even going to ask.
Yeah, and then
Don't tell after the broadcast, Janet.
and also there is one other problem. Guess what's about 7 to 8 months after this? The Winter Olympics.
Get in there. Get.
Oh heck no. I'm gonna be honest with you. I know people might agree with me or disagree with me. I'm sorry, but that Winter Olympics canceled. I'm sorry. No. Because we already had two of our US Olympic team members in the golf tournament already got on coronavirus.
well, here's my
Why don't you
question.
just force all the contending athletes to get vaccinated?
Oh, they'd pitch a pitch.
I
Here's
have
my
to,
question. Where are the Winter Olympics this next time?
yeah, that's what I want to know.
I'll see. Hold on.
Yeah, it's just it's a weird situation because they have this Delta variant now. It's causing a problem in all 50 states here. It's spreading around the world, unfortunately. And now I've been hearing there's like a new Lambda variant.
Yeah.
Here we go again.
Yep.
Well, they're not going to be. No.
Now I do know
Sorry,
I do know
misunderstood that
the
guy.
Beijing games start. I believe it's February the 8th.
According to Olympics.com, for Beijing, it's going to be February 4th, actually.
Oh, February 4th. Oh, I was close. I was close.
So when are the Winter Olympics?
Yeah. But it's the first time we've had Olympics so close to each other since, because I
Oh,
know
yeah.
92 and it was 92. I was like, I can't remember who hosted the winter, but then in
Right.
94, that's when this winter split up. We're gonna have it every 2 years. We have Olympic Games every 2 years, but you know what I mean.
Okay, guys. From what
Um,
I've seen, Beijing's set to hold them in 2022. There are some people, there are some folks in the U.S. who want it relocated. I'll show you the article. Hold on.
Hey, bud. How are you? Are you all
Yeah,
right,
there,
Bubba?
I could finally see the top of his Frodo's head.
Okay, guys, in the Zoom chat.
All
Have a
right.
look see.
All right. I will.
All right. This is from NDTV. Relocate 2022 Winter Olympics if China does not end abuses, according to U.S. lawmakers. Washington. A group of U.S. lawmakers has called on the International Olympic Committee, the IOC, to postpone the 2022 Beijing Winter Olympics and relocate the Games unless China ends the ongoing, quote, genocide, unquote, against Uyghurs and other minority groups. Senator Jeff Merkley and Representative James McGovern released a letter on Friday to Thomas Bach, president of the IOC, asking him to postpone the 2022 Winter Olympics and to relocate them if the host
He
government
decided to fall.
Nice. If the host government does not end its, quote, egregious human rights abuses, unquote. The letter said, quote, no Olympics should be held in a country whose government is committing genocide and crimes against humanity. The chairs were joined, unquote. The chairs were joined on the letter by Senator Marco Rubio and Representative Christopher Smith, both former Congressional Executive Commission on China, CECC, chairs. This action would also be in the best interest of the athletes, said the CECC commissioners. We find it unfair for the IOC to force athletes to sacrifice their conscience in order to pursue their competitive goals, or vice versa. To proceed with business as usual, to proceed with business as usual is implied consent and suggests the IOC has learned nothing from the Chinese government's use of the 2008 Beijing Olympics to score propaganda wins and distract from its appalling human rights record, the letter further read. This is not a matter of whether the Olympics should be immune from politics. Taking action against genocide is not politics. It is about basic morality and human dignity. Again, we urge you to postpone the Beijing Winter Games and relocate them to a different country if the host government does not stop committing genocide and crimes against humanity, the lawmakers said. Last week, the UK House of Commons had unanimously passed a motion calling for the British government to stage a diplomatic boycott of the 2022 Winter Olympics unless China ends the, quote, atrocities, unquote, taking place in the Xinjiang province. The motion referenced accusations of mass atrocity crimes in the Uyghur region and urged the UK government and its representatives to decline invitations to attend the Beijing Games, according to a statement by Intraparliamentary Alliance on China, or IPAC.
Here we go again.
Seems to be the end of it. Hello, Maddie.
Maddie.
Maddie's back.
Okay.
It's the attack of Maddie.
I don't know where they want them relocated to. I suspect the U.S. is going to try to vie for United States territory.
Honestly, you want to know where I think we should hold a Winter Olympic one of these years?
Where?
Scandinavia.
Alaska?
Nope. I got a perfect place.
Where?
Jamaica.
Hell, Michigan.
Nope. Volstock, Antarctica.
Well, it'd be
I don't
summer
think
down
the-
there. So
I don't
okay.
think the
No.
Russians would like that anyway.
Well,
Volstock is neutral.
Volstock, Antarctica. That's mainly going to be good for curling, figure skating, but you're going to have to dress the figure skaters in wetsuits, otherwise they're going to be in a lot of pain.
Yeah.
Let's see, curling, figure skating, hockey. You could do hockey there, especially on Lake Vostok. That ought to have some smooth ice.
That's true. Ice
But
hockey
yeah.
would be played without a problem there.
But my point being, Antarctica, there are no countries that own it. And in fact, Vostok Research Station is not a Russian station. It is a unified worldwide station down there that's very close to the South Pole. So basically, while the athletes are doing their thing, they'll be going between all 24 time zones.
Not to mention, it'll be the land of the sun for them.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
Yep.
Ugh.
What was I thinking? I
So
will say this: if they decide to hold it there, and you make a valid point, Frodo, if they decide to hold it there, penguin meat does not taste good, so don't get any bright ideas. In fact, you might find a lot of emperor penguins who want to be your friend.
Yeah.
maybe some who like to dance too.
Yeah.
March of the Penguins and Happy,
Happy
Feet.
feet. Yep.
Yep.
I was thinking more along the lines of farce of the penguins, but
But yeah, that is the only place in the world that you can hold a international event
Mhm.
and technically not be on anyone's land. So there would be no posturing for America should have an Olympic. Canada should have an Olympic. What about Mexico? What about UK? What about Kathmandu? You get what I'm saying?
oh yeah, of
Yep.
course.
And am I wrong?
Nope.
No, I think you have a valid point. Like I said, though, penguin meat is not good, so don't get any bright ideas.
Yeah. It's just you see. Now I'm trying to probably play devil's advocate on this one. The biggest problem with this is the city was chosen years ago.
Yeah,
Like about I think it's like 7 years. I think because I remember when London had its opening ceremony in 2012. Um, they had that they had that bombing like the day after the announcement, which was back in 2005.
no.
So
Are
Fact
you
of the matter
really that
is,
comfortable, Maddie?
yes, he is. Shirley, the fact
Hmm.
is,
Oh,
regardless of when the city was chosen, if they're demanding reconsideration, chances are they've got something in mind, and they may be able to get unanimity on it in a vote. That is,
hey,
Frodo, if you can, I think you should submit the Volstock Research Station as a possible venue. I'd be
hey.
surprised if they have logistical problems with it, but yes, Janet,
Well, finish what you're saying,
I did.
as I'm going straight back to the food thing. Um, Too bad that Vostok region is not near salmon. Not near
No,
salmon.
but depending what international law is like, it is fairly near. I, how close is Volstock to the coast, Frodo?
Not very actually. It's dead,
Um,
almost dead center.
I was watching
okay.
Bizarre Foods Delicious Destinations yesterday, and and Andrew went to the inside passage, and he went to this native people's village,
Yeah.
and he was trying their food. There is one thing that they made that it was terrible.
Blubber.
Stinkheads. And let me explain that. When they clean their salmon, when they catch salmon,
uh-huh.
they will take the heads, put them in a burlap sack,
Mhm.
and bury them in a hole where the tide, when it comes in, covers it up and kind of brines those fish heads.
Interesting.
They leave them buried for 12, 14 days. Pull them out of the ground, pick the meat off, and eat it. And it, oh,
Sarah,
Um,
Well, I mean that's how they survived. Then
yeah.
You
And
ever had
Andrew
blubber
couldn't.
before, Janet?
No.
It doesn't taste that great. Whale meat does taste pretty good. I sampled that one at one point in my young adulthood. Uh,
and let's see. Oh, trying to,
if you
dang
got
it.
some ships with whaling equipment and a thiacol, you can probably get some whales off the coast and transport them to Volstock.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
yeah, it's like it's like to them it's normal. To us it'd be disgusting. It's like Janet, you remember we were at the World of Coca-Cola and we tasted some of the African Coca-Cola.
Oh God, I got a hold of one that was absolutely fucking vile.
Yeah.
And I
Okay, what do they put in African Coke?
We don't know, but it's like there's this one area where we can sample. They take samples of different ones around the world and such.
Uh,
And Janet tried the African one and didn't taste too good to her. But like I said,
Blech.
it may not taste good to
You
her.
do,
Tastes
hey,
just fine to them. So
funny you didn't try it.
Janet, I can't drink anything with caffeine. Remember? That's the
Oh,
problem.
I think my cat's decided that he's gonna be the star of tonight's episode.
and he's gonna do it fast asleep.
Yep.
hey,
Maddie's a
Maddie,
star.
Maddie, didn't they teach you not to put your butt towards the camera?
He
Yeah.
doesn't give a shit.
Yeah,
It
but
depends on what kind of
yeah,
movie
but
you get.
yeah, but
Yeah, but yeah.
He
sorry, couldn't
doesn't give a
resist
shit.
What?
Oh, oh shit.
Congratulations,
sure-
Maddie. You've stolen the show completely tonight.
Surely, I'm
Yes.
gonna have to pass on that after show phone call
Okay.
because I got dishes to do in the kitchen when the show's over.
Okay. That's
I'll tell you
fine.
guys this much with regard to the Winter Olympics. Vermont would be a great place to hold the downhill stuff.
Oh yeah.
No, you know what would be even better, John?
The Rockies, Colorado.
No, I was thinking Mount McKinley or Mount Everest.
I think McKinley's no longer McKinley. I think they call it Denali anymore.
Yeah, they're calling it Denali now, I believe.
Yeah,
You're
because
correct.
it's in Denali National Park.
Mhm.
Thank you, Obama.
Well, we have a mountain here called Piestewa Peak.
It used to be called
I went up
Squaw
a
Peak,
mount-
right?
It used to be called Squaw Peak, but the the Indians around here got offended by the term squaw, so they changed it to Piestewa, named it after the what
Lori
was her name?
Piestewa, she was like the first Native American killed in the War of Iraq.
Uh-huh.
Last mountain I went up was in Arizona, and it was called Lemon.
But that's down near Tucson.
I know.
Hey,
That
and Mount
was-
Lemon was not a lemon.
Yeah, it is. It's a lemon to
In
you.
several ways, it was a lemon.
Well, to each his own. All
The
right.
fishing was good.
Well,
Fishing was
Hey.
good up there.
I think we should discuss one thing that me and John did this weekend.
what's that?
You talking about the celebration of life?
No, I was thinking more along lines of hillbilly time.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
We did a good deed for Mike and Ash on Saturday. Ash managed to partially pull off her bumper when she accidentally parked her car over the
over one of
Parking
the
curb.
curbs in the parking lot of the apartment building here.
Oh.
and in doing so pulled it off about half its supports. She was afraid to drive it, so Frodo and I came over. Excuse me. Frodo and I came over with some Gorilla Epoxy, popped the bumper back into place, cleaned it, and glued it back together. And so far, it's held together.
Quiet back there,
Yeah,
princess.
that's a perfect testimonial for the gorilla epoxy.
Well, yeah, now here's the thing you got to remember. Gorilla Epoxy doesn't just adhere. It'll actually melt the plastic. Her bumper was mostly plastic.
Oh.
Gorilla's, the reaction that makes it adhere will actually melt the plastic a little bit and create a weld. So it's basically the same principle as testers and model plastic, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
And we tested it at least 3 times with a very gentle press just to make sure
Uh-huh.
that it wasn't moving. And not only did the bumper move when we pressed, but the actual body panel that it
Mhm.
was connected to moved along with it.
Yes,
Ooh.
it did.
That's yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I had something good happen to me at work this morning. I came in. I see this email saying, "Can you print?"
Uh,
Oh,
Real quick, I should point out afterwards, as per tradition, we got a bite to eat and
oh, okay.
made Ash turn several shades of pink, describing who had the right of prima noctis when we sent Joker to jail with conjugal visits.
What was that prima? That
Remember
prima.
what?
Prima noctis. It's Latin for first night. In Old
Oh,
England, feudal lords had the right to take the virginity of newly married women living on their property.
oh, okay.
I wish I were kidding.
All
Yeah,
right.
and it was just a joke, and we were like, well, we were
You were
cracking.
like, hey, Mike, we're going to send you to prison for a month of Sundays, but don't worry, there'll be conjugal visits. And then I was like, however, the warden is going to demand a right of prima noctis. Then you, Frodo, said, no, it's not going to be the warden. It's going to be Bubba. Which I had to reply, well, then at least it's not going to be Ash who suffers then. I'm
Oh,
sorry,
geez,
Joker. I don't
Mike.
mean to.
What did you do? What was your reaction throughout all that Saturday?
Roughly what he's doing now.
He was like,
Face
Fine.
palm, right?
yeah.
yeah,
Uh,
It was just goofiness. It was just
I'll be
goofy
right back.
fun.
all right.
Be right back.
Yeah, well, anyway, something good actually happened to me this morning at work. I came in, I saw this email saying, can you print this PowerPoint presentation? We need 5 copies, 4 with staples and 1 bounded. And they needed it by 9 o'clock in the morning.
You got there at 8, huh?
No, I got there at 7:30. Actually, I started before 7:30 because I was like, okay, they need this right now. I'm gonna get it done. I got it done. Now the problem was I was trying to do one of them like with the little spiral notebook. That didn't quite work out. So it's like, okay, it was only 23 pages, so thankfully it wasn't too bad. But I was able to like print another copy, use the comb binding, and got it done. The guy came in after the presentation. He said, Shirley, that was perfect. Everything just went perfectly. You did everything exactly right, and that just made my day.
Sweet.
Amen.
It's always nice when we get good news on Monday, ain't it?
Yeah. Mhm.
Hey, Lala, you've been kind of quiet. You doing okay?
I'm just listening to the conversation.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Well, I'm
What
gonna.
what did you think of the whole Joker story from Saturday?
No comment on that.
Hey, Lala, I think we're going to send you to jail for a month of Sundays, but don't worry. If you got a boyfriend, there will be conjugal visits.
Ugh.
But Bubba is the one that does prima noctis, and he's not really into women, so your boyfriend may be put on the chopping block.
No, in her case, it's not Bubba. It's Big Bunny.
Big Bertha. Big Bertha, not Big
There
Bunny.
you go.
Big Bertha.
Yeah. All right.
If you're gonna do it right.
Yeah. All
I
right.
got Hey, Maddie's awake.
Yeah. Looks like it. All right, I got a question, John. What's that phrase that goes like casting the first stone? I forgot.
Let he who is without
Without
sin
sin.
cast the first stone.
Okay, well, that's what I needed because listen to this: gunfire erupts during backyard party in Texas, but the guests stoned the gunman to death.
I heard about that. Basically, the guy opened fire. I thought it was a joke. I clicked on the article. The guy opened fire, and people defended themselves by throwing,
Landscaping
uh,
bricks.
yeah, masonry rocks at him, and
Uh-huh.
they killed him.
Yep.
Well, considering an average masonry brick weighs about 30 to 40 pounds.
No, I'm talking about fragments you could fit in your hand.
Oh.
Yeah.
But those fragments would still weigh roughly 10 to 15 pounds a pop, so.
And if throw it with enough force, it can kill someone.
Exactly.
Let me put it this way. If I threw one of those fragments with enough force, I could probably take John and have his brain spill onto the pavement.
Not, of course, that you'd want to, I'd like to think, but
No, I'm just using it as an example.
But
Given
yeah,
that you have about as hard of a head as I do.
but yeah, I saw that. It's like, what? And it turns out it's true. But anyway, let me put it. Let's see, John, you've
I
already
bet you
read
that
it.
party. I bet you that party broke up real quick.
I
yeah,
think it did. I think it did. Let's see. It's just the same thing, but I'm gonna post it everywhere. So, because I'm gonna, because it's short, but it's a basically a strange read. So let me see. Go to picture. There we go. All right. So here's what happened, and this was Fort Worth. A gunman who opened fire at people during a backyard party early Monday in Fort Worth, killing one and injuring three others, was beaten to death with a landscaping brick, authorities say. Officers responding to the shooting at around 1 a.m. Monday in the 5600 block of Shiloh Drive, where they found multiple victims with gunshot wounds and serious injuries, police said. They determined the gunman was at the gathering but became upset, left, then returned with another person, and became involved in a verbal altercation with multiple people, police said. The gunman shot at least one person, whose injuries weren't life-threatening, and then others at the gathering gave chase. The shooter turned and fired at other people. A group picked up concrete landscaping bricks and started throwing them at the shooter. At some point, the shooter was caught by the group and either fell or was taken down to the ground, police said. The gunman continued to fire and struck at least two more people. One of the victims died at the scene. The shooter was struck multiple times with at least one landscaping brick and was pronounced dead at the scene, police said. Investigators have recovered the handgun they think the gunman used. That's the end of the story, but
Must not have been much left of his head if he got bludgeoned to death.
that's true.
You'd be surprised how intact your head can stay under something that would kill you, Janet.
Mm-hmm.
Fact of the matter is, your head can stay intact, but if your brain gets slammed around enough, that can kill you.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, look what almost happened to Gabby Giffords.
What did almost happen to her?
Yeah, she almost
Asshole almost killed her.
Yeah.
She was at a rally at a Safeway store down. I think she was doing a campaign appearance.
No, she was doing a meet and greet because she had just gotten elected.
In front of a Safeway store in Tucson.
Mm-hmm.
Asshole came up and shot her.
Yeah, but amazingly, the bullet went I think it went in and out. It just missed her. It just missed by a matter of I think an inch or so from killing her. And she has trouble speaking, but she's okay.
Wow.
And her husband is who's her husband?
Mark. Oh, it's the former
Mark
astronaut.
Kelly. Mark Kelly.
He's now a senator.
I'm not letting you out of the room, so behave. Mm-hmm. And I might have to go before 8.
Okay, that's all right. But yeah, she was just doing a simple meet and greet. She'd just gotten elected. She was doing a simple meet and greet, and some guy came along and shot her, and he also killed, I think, 6 other people.
Nice.
So
I think he wound up in prison.
Yeah.
Settle down.
Let's just say this. Whoever did the shooting, hope they enjoyed the brick sandwich they got.
Mm-hmm.
You okay, man?
I'll be fine.
All right, I'm going to have to split early. Cosmo's creating a fuss.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Let's see if he's going to be quiet. Nope. At least Maddie's quiet.
True.
All right. Okay, bye, guys.
Bye. All right.
I gotta go do dishes anyway.
Okay, well, later. All right. But I'll tell you this. I didn't say this on Friday during the show, but I think I did tell you guys. I think I told you guys on Saturday. I almost got sideswiped.
Yeah, you think you told us that
Yeah.
somebody tried to get into your lane while you were in their blind spot, didn't they?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And
Well,
what happened? And it.
what I was gonna say after you're done explaining,
Uh-huh.
also tell what I suggested for you.
Yeah. Anyway, what happened was Mom and I were on our way to the commissary, and this black car somehow it drifts towards the right lane. And I have to honk the horn. I'm screaming for look out, and Mom's saying, "What's going on? What's going on?" And then it hits the side mirror. Now the good news is it didn't break the side mirror, so I
Nice.
was able to I had to pull over because it disrupted my vision on this side, on the driver's side. So and unfortunately that other car took off. So it's like there was no way I would have been able to catch up. There's no way I would have been able to tell because first thing on my mind was make sure Mom and I were okay first. So I was able to fix the mirror, get it readjusted, no problem. We were back on our way. Then I look at it. It's like there's only like a little bit of cosmetic, like a scratch. It's not even dented or anything. So it's like okay, let it be, let it go. And then Frodo, when I told Frodo about this, dash cam.
The big reason for that suggestion is this. Especially if you get a really good dash cam, in that kind of situation, you have that person that just went by, it can catch that license plate number.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And if you have a really good one with a really good quality SD card in it or whatever to save the information,
Mm-hmm.
you can extract the file and say clip it and say this is what happened.
Mm-hmm.
And some Garmin models also have voice commands. So like if you're running down the road and someone does something stupid to you on the road and you know you've got it on camera, you can literally say Garmin and it'll bleep, save that clip.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll save like the last 2 minutes.
Okay. But one thing for sure, if I do get it, I need to get one with a super capacitor, not a lithium ion, because in this kind of heat, I know that thing would explode.
Yeah.
Yeah. A capac in this, and that's one thing people don't understand. Lithium ion batteries are designed for not too hot, not too cold.
Right.
And that's why when Mike showed that one battery that he had, I was like, shit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's after they said, I know lithium ion is great and all. Don't get me wrong, but in that kind of heat, no, that would definitely explode. So that's why Frodo suggested get one with a super capacitor. So
A big capacitor in it that can hold the charge
and withstand the heat of the summer.
because especially if you get a tantalum capacitor instead of a electrolytic,
Mm-hmm.
it won't explode because tantalums don't have the same electrolyte inside.
Ah.
Okay, before we go today, I also want to show what happened on Sunday. And John, if you want to say something about this, you can. This episode of Beyond the Airwaves is hereby uh
Dedicated.
yeah to
Ah.
my grandfather who passed away on the 3rd of July. If you see this picture on this side, this is him in the army. This is his goofy self normally. And yeah, he served for uh about 4 years. Actually, a little more than 4 years in the army during Vietnam.
Mm.
So we had when we went to that celebration, he we had a flag folding ceremony,
And a taps performance.
which was one of the most touching things I've ever seen.
Yeah.
It really was heart wrenching to see what happened.
It was more bittersweet for me, but yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah, and I got a friend. She used to live here. She now lives in Birmingham. She had to put her cat down today because the poor thing, she was the I think it was she, her name was Perry, Peri, and she had struggled with a heart problem and a kidney problem. The problem was they tried to fix the kidney, it would create problems for the heart. If they tried to fix the heart, it would create problems for the kidneys. So it was a no-win. But
Yeah.
Perry knew it, and it's like she let them, she let everybody color one night. She was ready. She knew it was coming. So
Yeah, I have lost all 4 of my childhood pets, 2 cats and 2 dogs. I lost my first cat, Shadow, to euthanasia after her liver failed to the point where she'd have needed a transplant had she been a human.
mm,
And I lost both my dogs to euthanasia. I believe they lived
yeah,
full lives.
yeah. My dog Chester, Mike, you remember this?
Yep.
Um, um, we had to call off the show that night because Chester had suffered a stroke, and Mom and I knew he would not last the weekend, so we had no choice. We had to put him down because we knew he wouldn't last the weekend.
Yep.
So I mean, it was just so difficult. It still is. Because I
Death
remember,
is not part of. Sorry, you were saying.
yeah, because I remember when I did the road trip, got to see Janet. She took me, I think it was to a Petco store, and I just bawled because I was seeing all these dogs, and it's just bring back that pain all over again for me.
maybe it's time for you to look into getting a cat for you and your mom.
One problem, cat dander.
Get a blue Russian.
If I can find one.
Russian
Goodness.
blue Russian blues are actually one of the more hypoallergenic breeds out there.
Mhm.
They don't really shed that much per se. I mean, they shed, but when
Mhm.
but they don't have as much dander, and you don't really have to bathe them because, like, Maddie right now is having fun licking his back legs.
Yeah, but if anything, if I want to find something like a small dog, one that mom can carry, not too heavy, not too big. They can sleep in the bed with her and so forth. And I wouldn't mind it either. It's hard to find a small dog. Everybody loves the small dogs
Well, you know
because
why?
we can't
Because
do.
they're small.
Yeah,
Because you can take them
Look
places.
for rescues.
yeah, that's what I've been doing.
Good.
That's what I do. I'll drop by the Humane Society ever so often and see what they've got. But there was like one day they had a really cute, I think it was like a cute little chihuahua. Someone adopted it. So I just missed. But I just have to keep trying. That's all.
I was gonna say, Mike, you'll appreciate this. I know.
Sorry for the belch.
You're
Death
fine.
wasn't part of God's original plan. This is Death is part of his fallback.
Hmm.
We weren't supposed to die. We weren't supposed to sell our time for a paycheck.
Yeah. All
Sorry.
right.
Didn't mean
So,
to kill you.
Lala,
Oh.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Lala, when you get
Yeah.
off, you're gonna have to let Tinky Winky, Poe, and yeah, know that they're pains in the asses for never coming on either.
Well, now
Oh
hold on a
God.
minute, Frodo. If they were out getting their beer, that doesn't make them pains in the ass.
Well, you know who I'm talking about when I say,
Yeah.
no, no, I'm actually asking Lala. You know who I'm talking about when I say Tiki Winky and Poe, right?
And Dipsy.
Yeah, the Teletubbies.
Yep.
No. In our case, I'm actually referring to two certain Wilburn motherfuckers.
Oh, Donald and Derek. Well, Derek is having I don't want to be saying this, but he's having women issues right now.
Dirk,
And
you mean?
Donald, he's out doing his own thing. The last time I talked to him, he just got his bachelor's degree.
Well, that's
Tell
good.
him to get. Tell him he needs to get his ass in here. We need to reunite the fucking.
Madhouse.
Yeah,
I'll
let's get the madhouse going again once in a while.
You know what? I will talk to Derek about it tonight. Before we get off, we'll talk about it during the after show. We'll talk about that. Yeah, I
Okay.
was thinking about that.
Because them two fools, I mean, I haven't seen much from them lately, and they need to get their asses on here.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. I agree. I'll talk to them like right after the post after show, and we'll talk about it. I'll see if I can talk to him about it.
All right, cool. Well, I think this is a
We'll
good
see.
spot to end tonight's show. So,
Before we end, one thing I gotta say, Mike,
Yeah.
we're gonna take and bleach your beard.
No.
But after we're done with the bleaching, we're gonna do you a solid.
Uh-huh.
We're gonna grab some car spray paint, and paint the bleached parts of it cherry red.
Oh God, no!
You do
don't.
that to your own beard.
I was about to say. I was about to say that. Do that to your own beard.
What? You don't like the idea of your beard being cherry red?
I like the color it is.
I do too. Looks fine. All right. So anyway, here's the game plan for the rest of this week. Tomorrow, of course, Tune In Tuesday, Warzone Wednesday, and then to wrap up the season, I'll explain in just a second. 2 nights of Among Us. Thursday and Friday. It's all Among Us.
Yay.
60 minutes Thursday, 90 minutes Friday. We could up to possibly 2 hours on Friday.
Oh,
That'd be fun.
yeah.
Now, to explain about the season thing, we're trying to stick to a season schedule for Beyond the Airwaves from now on. We've been on the air for over 6 years by now,
Mm-hmm.
and we need some kind of divisions in our show. So from now on, when we take, like, say, week breaks or something, we're going to divide that as a season. So
Mhm.
right now, technically, we're in season 8 of Beyond the Airwaves.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Mm.
The next season will be season 9.
Mm-hmm.
And who knows how long we'll last.
Yeah. But then again, there could be there's that big old holiday break with Christmas, so.
But
Oh,
that's
God.
also one of our season breaks, surely.
Yeah, that's true. Alright, so anyway, let me play the ending real quick. If I can find where the hell the ending is. Let's see.
We threw it away, remember?
No, I got it. Here it is. Alright, so with that in mind, I'm going to say love, peace, and chicken grease. Everybody have a great night, sleep well, stay safe, and we'll see you tomorrow for Tune In Tuesday. Good night, everybody.
Good night, folks.
Good night, everyone. See you tomorrow.